Hello, collective. Hello. Welcome back. This is Divine Eyed Mystic. I went ahead and was pre shuffling, all right? And this card came out overall energy, all right? I just wanted one card. This is the card that came out. Um, they want you to know that's them calling you from a different number. Please answer. For some of you, I feel like this person, whoever this is that comes to mind, that you feel as though this person may have a reason to call you. If you feel like your person or whoever this is that may be calling from a different number has no reason to be calling you, disregard this, all right? But for some of you that may be anticipating or no, there's some reason, there's a possible, reason someone may want to reach out to you, this may be for you. All right. So only take what resonate. But this person is calling from a different number, basically, to clear the air. I pulled a few cards before um, to clarify. You got the Temperance that came out and the High Priestess. They could be a Capricorn, could be a Sagittarius, could be a Cancer. All right. Um, but I feel like this person, is finding balance. They want to bring some peace to a situation, find better solutions to whatever it is that may have, kept you and this person apart, whatever it may have been that separated you and this person. It has them in no communication. But with this High Priestess, they know that you're connected. They know how intuitive you are. I feel like for some of you, you may have been manifesting something, to be shown to you or revealed to you, to validate what it is you may be feeling about a past person. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as though like you need validation to know if in any read or at any time you may have felt like, this person is heavy in your mind that could want to reach out, you may have heard it from somewhere, you may have felt it intuitively that someone, is wanting to reach out to you. You may have felt like there's that moment where you are thinking about somebody possibly wanting to text you or call you. That's who I'm talking to. You who I'm talking to. And I feel like the universe is answering that for you. They're giving you that clarity, or they're giving you that answer that you may want to know if in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that person that's on your mind is possibly the one that's trying to reach out to you, that you're channeling, or that someone else is channeling that may resonate with you. That's what this is about. I feel like that they're seeing something, they're in tune, with the universe, or they know that you are. They know you can feel it, you can see it. You're a seer. You know what I'm saying? You could be someone that is very sensitive to energy with the High Priestess, but you're connected to the divine. All right? You could directly connect it to the divine. Directly. Like with this Temperance, like your angels is around you, or this person's angels, is the ancestors of someone is guiding them to find balance, to bring peace to a situation. And I feel like your ancestors, theirs is communing in the ethers. Like they are giving this person like another opportunity with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They may have been moving slow. It may have been taking them a while to come towards you. But, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, even with this High Priestess, they, want this new love opportunity, or this is a new love that may be coming in. But whoever this is calling you, they're calling from a different number. They don't have the same number you remember them having. So if they haven't called you yet, they may be, preparing to do so, because the card is in the upright. It didn't come out in reverse. All right. So possibly they may not have called, but they're going to be calling from a different number. So they want you to answer. But this is, them, possibly wanting to bring some balance and restore some balance. After it's been a while, they may have been moving slow, but that was for their purpose. It was for their alignment with the High Priestess. It was meant for them to get in alignment with you, to where they would listen to and could connect to the universe like you, have. Bottom of the deck, you got the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Wands in reverse. Something may be, you may have to move slow in a situation, so be prepared for that. Like, it may be some slow movement, for whatever this is with this person, with this possibly mature man with the King of Pentacles. Like I said, they could be a Capricorn. They could have Capricorn in their chart. Whoever the Sagittarius, Cancer is. But you may have to make some quick decisions, in a situation. But don't feel rushed. Don't let something, taking place make you feel as though you need to hurry up and get to the finish line or say something or, give a response, to something. Your intuition will tell you what to respond to. All right. But they coming off as a mature man. King of Pentacles. Could be a Capricorn. Clarify the Temperance. You got the Lovers in reverse. Gemini energy. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Pisces. Because I feel like with this Lovers in reverse, like someone may not have, they may have been moving slow at a time because this person had to clear out something somewhere else. Yeah. It's like, and if it's not that, it's like this person had to realign itself. Like I said, like they needed to see and recognize who they were. Clarify the Lovers in reverse. What's the Lovers in reverse? Damn, that's a lot. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Sagittarius. Realizing they, having to release themselves from things that not for their higher good, it doesn't benefit their higher good, things that don't even involve them, that they ended up being burdened by, weighed down by the responsibility of possibly being, a divine being and having to do that work to get on a bright path. This could be your person. This could be a twin flame. That could have been, a karmic, at the time, refusing to make changes, or they were, refusing to go toward their calling. You know what I'm saying? Ten of Swords in reverse. 10-10. Like a cycle is over, is ended for something new to begin. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody, that, was prolonging what was going to happen anyway, like being, a major procrastinator in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hold off, you know what I'm saying? Or like keep a cycle open because they weren't ready, they weren't unsure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I feel like whatever it is, that may have happened in the past, it was supposed to, end for something new to begin. And it's, then you got the Three of Swords in reverse that came out. The Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So it's like somebody, you and this person is in some separation, but it may have come, with someone wanting to point the finger, blame another person, for why something didn't work out when it really was a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you had maybe did enough and more, maybe more than enough to like do your part. You can't do this person part too. You know what I'm saying? You can only do your part. You can't stand in the gap for them. If this person thought keeping the cycle open or trying to not, accept the responsibilities and hold off on making the changes, to buy them some more time, to actually take this offer or go toward their calling, and thinking that you're going to wait on them. That's what I'm getting. Like, they thought you were going to wait on them. It's like somebody knowing that you their person, or them knowing that, both of you knowing that you each other's person. Okay? But this person, trying to hold off and do what they want to do, thinking that, well, that person my twin, so I ain't worried about them moving on to somebody and really staying with them, because they always gonna think about me, so I ain't even worried about that. And their ancestors like, what the fuck? Are we doing this? This what we doing? Get your get your country ass up and go over there. I need to get, well, you need to get something. You need to get a new number. You need to, block your, whatever. You better get to talking. And I feel like that's what that is. This person is in so much agony, so much, upset and emotional stress that, it's, they wanting to blame somebody, or they walking away from somebody, with this 10 of Wands in reverse, for them releasing themselves from all these responsibilities, things that may have just been distractions. That people may wanted this person to be around for all the wrong reasons, because it was just, keeping them around for things that did not even serve their higher purpose, was not even part of their path or their journey. It's like them standing in the gap for other people, you know what I'm saying? Because it gives them that company. You know what I'm saying? Wands is like action, you know what I'm saying? And it's things that was delaying this person from, making the necessary changes, taking the action. That's why 8 of Wands, was in reverse when I first pulled these two cards. The Temperance and the High Priestess. Like, somebody may have been moving slow, possibly to end a relationship or marriage or something like that. Or they had to put an end into the commitment, or whatever door they had open, or whatever contract they entered into with somebody else. And it may have been a slow process getting out of it, taking action to walk away, taking action to, actually move away from whatever that was in order to let that cycle close out. You know what I'm saying? And that cycle, them trying to feel as though, well, I got to do this, or this person going to take action toward me and you, or this person going to try to come for my money. They're going to try to come for my reputation. They're going to, whatever it was, it had this person way down burden. You know what I'm saying? And they may have felt like, oh, it's, just better if I just stay. You know what I'm saying? That person I can always be with that person in the ethers. A motherfucking lie. That's a lie. Okay. So this person, may have been prolonging what was going to happen, or maybe this is you, maybe constantly giving somebody the opportunity to benefit of the doubt package, to get on board, get on track or whatever. But at the same time, this person may have blamed you because you didn't wait on them, or they wanted somebody to blame. You know what I'm saying? But with the 3 of Swords, this could be they past person, whoever they having to close out something with, that may have taken up a lot of their time and slowed things down for you and them, took them a while to even come back towards you, on the right frequency, on the right, in alignment, with you. But it's like, just having to be responsible for your part in a situation. You know what I'm saying? And everybody plays a part. Everybody does. Even if you stayed too long, you should have been left. Or maybe you should have, been a little more patient with this person and being. But I feel like somebody was more than patient. I feel like somebody else had to get some damn patience. I feel like somebody else was more than patient. More than kind. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why somebody ended up in an 8 of Swords blocked in by way of the universe, because they wasn't in alignment with you. They had other opportunities, other options, other things, other distractions going on that kind of got in the way of them seeing who they were. Like noticing and recognizing and obeying the call. But all of them came out in reverse. Clarifying the Lovers in reverse. Somebody could be a Gemini, or somebody, walking away from, a low vibrational air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like, there's that thing of them having to, clear up one situation in order to embark on another. And in the right way at that. What's this Three of Swords in reverse about? Clarify the Three of Swords in reverse. Because they want to find somebody else. Somebody trying to blame somebody else, or they were. Because you didn't wait on them. I feel like it's, or they got some issue with somebody they're walking away from that is blaming you for them ending. With this Lovers in reverse. What's this Three of Swords in reverse about? Eight of Wands in reverse. Like I said, something was a slow process. It may have been, a marriage or some type of, commitment they gave someone that took them a while to like take some action in it. Some relationship, could have been a friendship, could have been a marriage, or some, commitment that they, entered into. And it was an unnecessary commitment. It was like a commitment they may have tried to stick around for because they said they would. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I told this person I always be there for him. Like, if I told this person I told him I was going to, be able to keep doing this, man, but I can't keep doing this if, it's like somebody kept indulging in something until it caused a rift or a drift or a separation between their counterpart. It's like somebody constantly, it's like saying you got to catch a flight, but somebody keep calling you saying, hey, you need to go back and lock your door. Your door is not locked. Or, hey, you need to go back and, did you make sure you got this? Hey, I'm at your house. Did you know your front door was open? Like, but you getting ready to get on. So it's like you got to try to figure out what it is you can do to still catch this flight at a decent time and still figure out how in the world that you forget your door wasn't shut all the way at home. No, I shut my door. I locked it. I know I did. Like, no, man, I just knocked on your door, man. I thought you was here trying to catch you before you left. And I knocked on your door came open. Man, that don't seem right. Like, I don't know, man. Now you got to figure out what you need to do. It's like that. This person that had moments like that. So where Eight of Wands in reverse, this person that had things that done slowed them up and caused them to have like some delays. Like they had to reschedule, things like put something off in order to get, fix this or, straighten this out. Take action in this right here, so they had to postpone something else, and it may have required them to prioritize better with their actions. Got the moon at the bottom of the deck. Pisces. Because I feel like somebody was trying to keep somebody confused or in their head or, keep something from being revealed. Like something, making somebody feel as though something was risky if they did something. Or if you do this, you all right, man, you're going to get over here. Or girl, you're going to get over here. This going to happen. And you're going to want to come back here. And shit ain't going to be right between me and you. Like, that's going to be it. Okay. It's like that. Like it's like somebody wanted, to make this person come off like it was some secrets or something going on, or something that was being hidden, like making somebody question, their intuition, about something. But it was in a way of like trying to keep somebody like projecting, like, making it somebody else's reason or fault that they thinking that when you're doing the shit that makes a person think that way. Like, stop making me think if you ain't, stop making me think you don't give a damn if you really do. Stop making me, feel as though I ain't interested enough when that's really you. You know what I'm saying? That need that, I'm interested. It's just, you may not feel as though I'm as interested in you. So you gonna, project and make it seem as though I don't really care, like reverse psychology. It's some shit like that with this moon. And somebody could have did something under the moon, to a water sign that possibly like slow them down or something like that. And, or the cloud, they judgment or make them confused, about how they see something, or how they listen to their intuition. Because I feel like somebody wanted a person to really be in their head. And I don't know if it's to keep you, from seeing something clearly, or keep them from seeing something clearly. But it's somebody that is pissed that, a cycle is ending, and what they did, couldn't work long enough to, stop something from ending. It's like somebody ten of swords in reverse, like somebody doing things to, prolong or end it from happening, like kind of procrastinating about taking the action, but they know if they do, it's gonna cause this. You know what I'm saying? But this is necessary. Not all change is bad, but it's necessary. How would my collective know if this is their person I'm channeling? How would they know if this is their message I'm channeling? How would they know if this is their message? Because somebody's going to call you. If they haven't called you from a different number now, by now they're going to. Page of Wands in reverse. Aries energy. Whoever it is, you'll know if this is your person that I'm channeling, because this person may have been a player. They don't want to play no more. With the Page of Wands in reverse. Now it may require them to have to travel towards you. You know what I'm saying? To make things right or something like that. Or this is something that, they may have something may have come up and they wasn't able to come towards you and like say this. So they having to call. Yeah. So it may cause some disruption. It may, bring some type of disappointment with it or something like that. But I feel like that's something like on their behalf. But I feel like it's clarity for you. It could be an Aries. Shit, Ace of Cups still at the bottom of the deck. Like they may have, they may tell you that they calling because, they maybe didn't have your address or something, or they didn't know if you were still in the same place, or, they didn't know if you still worked in the same spot. They didn't know where to find you. Okay, so they calling because they may have, wanted to travel, and that was something that held them up. I'm also getting that they ain't playing no more. Like somebody may have had, this adventurous side of them. They wanted to explore. I want to go, I want to go where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is they want to call and tell you, it may be something that may disrupt, some things in your life or theirs. It could be them saying, I don't want to be no player no more, but I'm also, you know, maybe got something else going on. I'm over here, with old boy, it may be a same sex situation. Don't have to be. It may be saying like, look, I'm got a new love. You know what I'm saying? I'm into something else now. I'm doing something else, or doing something else I love. This whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because right behind this Ace of Cups is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Or they leaving somebody behind, whoever this Gemini is, Libra, Aquarius, like somebody leaving somebody low vibrational ass behind. Because their ass is overwhelmed with sadness. Like, I mean, they ain't got no boundaries, but they also, wasn't expecting, something to come up and, be something that they can't control either. Because somebody had a lot of damn expectations, but it's like, feeling like they don't know why something like, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Woe me. Why, why this always happening to me? Why somebody, can't come through and, show up for me like this? Why can't somebody feel sorry for me or, look at how I'm hurting or something like this? Like, chill out, bro. Because what goes around comes around. And shit, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But what, clarify this page of wands in reverse? Clarify this page of wands in reverse. That's how you know who this person is. They not. Page of wands in reverse. Give me some more on this page of wands in reverse. Give me something on this page of wands in reverse. Three of wands in reverse. Aries. King of wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Also Aries. This person could, want to come in and tell you or, express to you how they was making plans for something or doing something and like they could want to tell you they got something going on or they had like something that really, took up, way too much of their time or something they should have not allowed, to take up or get in the way of them taking some action. And this person could have been working on themselves at the time when you walked away from them or when something ended. Or when you ended something with them, this person, may tell you, how they had a hard time connecting with you or getting in touch with you to travel towards you to say something or make something right or something like that. They may have been doing they had to do a lot more work internally on themselves than you did. And this person may have felt like, then that they, wanted you to be this chaser or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Mm. Because somebody waiting on a message from somebody right now. They could be waiting. What is this person waiting on? What were they waiting on? What are they waiting on that took up, that delayed their action? What were they waiting on? They were waiting on clarity. They were waiting on their ancestors. Like they were waiting on to get that answer, like to connect in order to get something. Like somebody was waiting on some clarity. You know what I'm saying? In a situation, like to get that answer. Like, because they were waiting to see it, how to They could have been going through a rebirth with the star. Them needing to work on themselves was what got in the way of them. I ain't gonna even say it got in the way. It was something that needed to happen in order for this person, to see who they were to you. I feel like somebody got involved, or may have had to close out a karmic cycle that may have been with a false person that was trying to keep them, in a cycle, or keep them, binded to them, or keep them in a contract with them, keep them in a cycle with them that was not meant to still be open and going on. And I feel like somebody kept pulling on another person's energy in order to, prolong this person, from actually what they knew was going to happen when they walked away. And they knew this person was going to possibly, awaken, but they didn't want this person to, because then they would have made whoever they were with be looked at differently, and make this person, look at their reasons for being with this person differently now. They will awaken to what they feel, they true feelings, why they, feel the way they do, and who they truly, can trust and love and go toward, and actually trust it. And I feel like somebody didn't want them to do that. I mean, it's like, somebody finding out who they are and they want to rush in, or they panic because they feel like, they wasted a lot of time, and it's possible that you may not, want this with them anymore, because it took them so long to walk away from this cycle that they had to close out, or, relationships, unnecessary commitments that they should not have been, in contracts with these people, or things, in. A lot of it was just distractions. But they were waiting, for their ancestors to answer them. They were waiting to be guided, for their clarity. Like, whatever they needed to do. And I feel like whatever was revealed to them, or whatever options was, thought of, they got the support, of their guides, to do this. Or they've been, led by your spirit team to, wait, or their ancestors to, wait on this with the temperance. Because the temperance and the high priestess came out. That's the first thing to come out. But I feel like they had to wait, be patient, balance their energy out, and make better solutions. Find, that center. Find a center, connect with the universe, connect with your spirit team. Trust your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Don't second guess things that didn't already cause you to be, in cycles too long, and in unnecessary cycles that never, resulted to anything, and they weren't. Yeah. So this person may have felt like, with them, they may have had to do a lot of work internally. A lot of it, but that was for them to be able to have a clear view of what they needed to do. Three of Wands in the upright. Like, when like you ready, this person had some lessons they needed to learn. That's why it took them so long to come back around. They had some lessons they needed to learn in order for them to clear out their energy and connect, with the universe, with the Most High. What is this person's future actions towards my collective? Because they're going to call you. What are the future actions, outcomes to this connection? What are the future outcomes to this connection? Got the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. Taurus, Capricorn. What's the Hierophant? Eight of Swords in reverse. Gemini. What's the Hierophant with the Eight of Swords in reverse? What's the Hierophant with the Eight of Swords in reverse? Yeah, I figured that. See, somebody was listening to a group of people. There's a group of people or outside influencers that got involved, had a say, and they may have had this person feeling like they, Eight of Swords in reverse. Just like in the upright, it's like somebody, feeling blocked, like they stuck in some type of, having some type of like psychological warfare. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to determine, what direction to go in and who to listen to for whatever reason. But it's like, you need to not allow other people's negative thinking to cloud your judgment, because it'll have you stuck between a rock and a hard place and trying to figure out something that wasn't even meant to be complicated in the first place. Like somebody made something hard that wasn't supposed to be. But with the Eight of Swords in reverse, this is like, somebody, having something going on that is going to cause some type of, situation that's going to get worse. And it's like something that either they not going, how you say it? Like not doing something and not taking action or saying something, speaking up or something like that, just only made situations worse. Like whatever somebody told somebody to do or try to instruct them to do with this Hierophant, it just made whatever was going on between you and them worse. And I felt like somebody know deep down, they know exactly why something went the way it went, but it's like they had to go through the course and they had to go through the motions of dealing with them same people that was in their ears speaking all this stuff to them. Those are the people this person needed to close out cycles with. All these unnecessary commitments. 10 of Wands in reverse. Like this person had to release themselves from these connections with people. You know what I'm saying? That didn't pertain to their higher self, because these are people that kept them in their head or kept things between them and another person, even if it's not you, or them and a karmic kept them together. And whatever it's like somebody say, man, stay with her. That's your wife. That's your this. Stay with her, man. You got to work things out and everything ain't going to be easy. It's such and such and such. But that's a false person. That's not my person. This person could be a past life, they could have a past life connection with this person and they just follow him from, life to life, you know what I'm saying? From different lifetimes, you know what I'm saying? Right after another one till they accomplish what they want. They want something, inevitable with this person, but it's not meant to be. It's meant for this person to make the right decision this time. They don't have another time, because somebody's counterpart is on their last life. And they're probably on their last life. They're not going to, that person's, counterpart, soulmate, is not going to incarnate again. That's for somebody, not everybody. But this is a mature man now. All right? But Two of Swords. Like, they having to make that decision now. They may, be at a crossroads. They may, like I said, they're going to be trying to reach out to you and contact, you from a different number, but they, feel like it's something that need to be said, because this person feel like it's something they ain't seeing. Like maybe they feel like you got somebody else now. That's why you hadn't reached out, or they want to tell you, what it was that was hidden. what they wasn't telling you. They may have thought, whoever they were dealing with may have been somebody that, was using their finances to control this person. They may have, been indulging in, they may have had, got involved with somebody or connected with somebody, just for what they had. And this person may have been contributing to their lifestyle or, their image or something like that, and they got dependent on that. Or this person, ended up pouring into them. You know what I'm saying? And being more emotionally invested in this person and didn't get anything back out of it. And they damn near was drained emotionally and possibly, pinnacle wise too. But I feel like they definitely was in a confused, like a lot of illusions this person was dealing with. The way they saw things was very distorted, or whoever they were dealing with was. But I'm going to end it here. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. All right, anything you need from me, I'll be in the description box below. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button for your girl on your way out. Okay. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.